This is it, the season finale. The road getting to there was definitely rocky, but did they manage to stick the landing? Yes, absolutely. Mostly. It's complicated, but since I'll be criticizing a lot about the episode, I will already go out and say that I had a great time with it. I just think that it made some questionable choices, or they just weren't set up properly. First of all, I really like how they deal with Vag's secret, having Charlie at the start putting aside for the greater good, and later on having the pep talk from the cannibal overlord, which I need to say, I just love that she has sweet aunt vibes. Not what I expected, but she's definitely a standout between the overlords. And having her talk with Charlie through her emotions was a great way of dealing with Vag's betrayal in the short time they had her. Having Charlie realize that despite all of this, Vag does really love her and just wants the best for her. It was really sweet. Also, it wouldn't make a lot of sense if the person who founded the place to rehabilitate sinners would not forgive somebody. Even Cannibal Hotel itself was super cool. That's not a sentence I expected to say, but just look at it. Look at the 1930s designer. It's so pleasing to the eye, and how the citizens have those black hollow eyes, sort of like a hive mind, which I think that was their intention with how Rose said that if you wanted the whole town to follow you into battle, you had to convince all of them. And this thing does something that I don't think I heard anyone talking about, which is showing Charlie as a leader, since she's the next in line for the ruler of hell, and having her take control of the situation really isn't something that we got to see of her, since most of the time she's actually relinquishing her control for the sake of other people. Not that this is a bad thing, I just thought it was interesting to point out, and I think we'll be seeing a much more assertive Charlie next season. Then we get to the part of the episode that I am not the biggest fan of, which is Vag. I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but although she's arguably the second main character, she's the one we get to spend the least time with. So when Carmilla starts saying out for lover, it just rings hollow, cause it says that Vag is doing this cause she's out for blood, when she should have been doing this for lover, the same way that Carmilla did. But she was always doing this for lover, for Charlie. Even on this episode, even though both of them are at bad terms with each other, she still goes out to learn how to kill the angels. So saying that she needs to quit having this jump into violence attitude when she never does anything that leads into this characterization. So as it stands, the song feels a bit meaningless. Not the scene, because it's Vag training to kill angels. Just the lyrics itself. Also, why wasn't Out for Blood a duet? It would be really cool and mirror the duet they had in episode 3. But instead of singing separately, not even knowing what the other one's going through, now Carmilla would be helping Vag process her feelings. Just how Zestro did with her. But we didn't got to see that. Big sad. And also, was it just me or did Vag gaining her wings back felt a bit unearned? I mean, the concept is stronger once she accepts the fact that we shouldn't find the solution for violence, but yes, extending her hand for those who need it, showing that she's actually starting to use Charlie's ideals. But as I mentioned before, it didn't feel like the show was working towards this. Also, imagine how cool it would have been if she was trying to kill Ludi across their little fight, but then changed the strategy to immobilizing her. So then she gains her wings back because she took the moral high ground. But again, that wasn't meant to be. Big sad. Now, episode 8. I mean, had a really strong start. The characters celebrating on what can possibly be their last moments of existence. And this is where Hazbin Hotel shines, in my opinion. Character interactions. As much as Regan, Carmilla, Vag, and Lucifer, you can't deny we got such a great sense of who they are with just their limited screen time. So, the sequence of just Alistair showing that he grew attached to the hotel while talking with Mifty. Angels and Hust's later interaction with the I'm gonna fuck you later eyes. Serpentian's darkness around Cherry, and Charlie and Vaggie despite what just happened between them. Having their love prevail and seeing the reprise of More Than Anything got chills. Literal chills. And everything was just so good. But then we get to the fight and I mean, it's eye candy. It's really good eye candy, better. I feel like its parts worked better than its entirety. Like Alistair's and Adam's fight, showing how Alistair really isn't invincible as he made it out to be. Charlie and Adam, with Charlie finally standing up for herself after getting ignored and made fun by Karen at the start of the season. Vag and Luther, and how Vaggie put to work Charlie's ideas and spare Luther, and now having to leave the shame of only being alive because her enemy chose to. Lucifer and Adam having other appearing and support his daughter after the years of silence, in episode 5 having him say that what happens next he'll not be there to help her, but he still appears. My god, it's just all so good. Also, the constant shades up at Adam's expense are really funny.
First wife didn't seem to hate what I had to offer. For the second.
It's all really good, but then we get Serpentious stuff.
What?
First of all, I was bawling my eyes out because my boy is dead. He dead. They killed my boy. But to have all of this tense build up just to kill him off on what's essentially a joke, with Adam just evaporating Serpentian ship, a power that would be plenty useful with everyone else, you know? I mean, why not give his staff the weight that it deserves? Why not have Adam shoot the same laser that he threw at the hotel bed at him? While we have the reaction shock of everyone with tense music playing, it would really avoid the scene from feeling like a total joke. Then it turns out that he actually wasn't dead. Vivzy, you cannot play with my emotions like this. I'm sure that this will pay off on the long term, but as it stands now, I just felt like it undermined his death, but I don't really see a way that they could have kept the emotional impact while still setting up whatever they want to do with him on the second season. Also, it would be fun if Charlie's takeaway from Serpentius getting to heaven was just, alright, now let's kill everybody in the hotel. Now back to the actual fight. Why did Charlie just fall off the dragons out of nowhere? Like, why didn't you just lay with them? And if that's something activated on pure emotion, why were they essentially useless? Especially since last episode, Alistair said that she had a great power to be guided. I mean, I get that she's a fighter, and she technically did stuff on the fight. I just hope we could see more of Charlie kicking ass, especially since she wasn't even the one responsible on giving the final blow on Adam. It was Lucifer. I mean, technically Mifty, but you got the point. Oh, speaking of which, why didn't you call Lucifer before the fight started? If we had her call him, and then he not pick up, it would make a lot more sense saying, oh, they forgot. But still, the dude can teleport, and the fight was being broadcasted, so the only reason why he wasn't there at the start was just because we wanted that entrance, which was pretty hype, I'm not gonna lie. But in no way you could have the entrance and still make it make sense. Would it be if he was protecting other parts of hell against the angel's attack? But now I hear you saying, but only the hotel was under attack. Yes, but at the V's part of the final song, they said that they'll take advantage of hell's power vacuum and just general chaos that it is in. Which we didn't get to see anything to lead into that conclusion. And the shots that we do see of the overlords, they're just chilling. So, as it stands, say with me, it just rings a bit hollow. Yes, congratulations. So the Hazbin Hotel finale was a roller coaster of emotions. Really powerful ones, but with side emotions working better in a vacuum than as a whole. So I declare the finale a clear waste of potential. But does this even matter? Technically, everything's a waste of potential. Everything could be better. And as the finale song started playing with all these characters I met back when I was 12, I couldn't help but tear up. And I stopped to think. I've been tearing this show apart for a month, trying to chase internet trends to get hate clicks. That I forgot to simply enjoy the show for what it was. The same way I used to do with early Helluva boss. So, why is Hazbin Hotel the exception? After all, the show was made by a fellow internet artist like you and me, responsible for this new boom of internet animation. So what if the show isn't perfect? If your show managed to influence an entire generation and have such a dedicated community, no one in good faith can call it a waste of potential. A flawed masterpiece perhaps, but most importantly, a beacon of hope in this world. That even with all the greedy comparisons, a show like this can be made. A show that despite the constraints that it has, it's unapologetically your vision. So thank you Vivzy and the crew for inspiring me and so many others. But thank you all for watching till the end. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. And until then, I'm May, we've been rambling, and I'll see you all next week.